Assalamu alaikum. Okay, we're going through the videos that were submitted for the Ramadan Eid video competition. And so we are just giving the winners out. We're going to give you guys the winners and make sure that you contact me for the prize. So this video was submitted by Muhammad Ali, and I think their group is called MAAJ or MAAJ, M-A-A-J. So the video, I guess, was called MAAJ Ramadan. The basic synopsis is that through these hard times, people might dwell into the negativity side. So I decided to look for the light in this Ramadan that is different from all the other previous Ramadans. I portray it in a nasheedistic way. I decided to get a little creative with cloning. I used my iPhone X as a camera and Adobe Premiere as the editing software. So without further ado, thank you, by the way, for putting in, the software that you used and, what camera you use, because that's very helpful for other people. So without further ado, here is MAAJ Ramadan by Muhammad Ali.
Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, you're the one that I dream of seeing one day. But till then, I'm a deen at the end of my time. I'm a purified state I'm in. I mean, please let me die in a state that I'm clean. Listen, I remember back when I used to fast and pray that I stay at home and not work cause it hurt in the past to let the blessed month go past. I was in the office breaking my fast with ones that have been feasting all day. It's sad to say most of us have been living this way, where we couldn't stay in the mosque late cause 7 a.m. we went straight to a shift. This year is a gift. It left the excuses we had not to reap the full benefit of this month. Sniff the scent of Iman stiff. Our nafs is mad cause when the Shia teens are back, we are loaded and our sins have eroded. So we start off with a clean slate. But hey, if you haven't taken this month serious, it isn't too late, cause I'd hate for you to not perfect your faith. Allahu Akbar. God is the most great. He gave us so much time, but time doesn't wait. So please take account for yourself and dive straight into the remainder of this blessed month. You might never find a month like this anymore. No. Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, you're the one that I dream of seeing one day. But till then, I'm a deen at the end of my time. I'm a purified state I'm in. I mean, please let me die in a state that I'm clean. God is pouring so much blessings in your cup, but you even see this month as important. Late at night, are you scoring in the rims of Jannah, or are you just snoring? Let this be your warning, lend me ears so your heart can hear. Listen here, 2020, God wants you to see clear, so steer near your Lord with a hope and fear in His world. Last 10 nights, read 2 juz in a day and 1 at night. Read the meaning, reap the evening, deep in feeling, feel the healing. When the month is over, your face is beaming. Angels are meeting every time that you pray. Shaitan may try to stray you away, but the way that you spend these nights and day play a crucial role in if you may. So stay heedful and pray in full, meaning every time that you pray, let your mind and soul be present, and Allah will make sure that your presence pleasant. And may He mention us in a better gathering about how we were drowning in sin. Then within a month we cleaned what was in. Iman is big in. I feel amazing as I begin these months. Shaitan can't knock me down even. I believe in the one I'll be leaving too soon. Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, you're the one that I dream of seeing one day. But till then, I'm a deen at the end of my time. I'm a purified state I'm in. I mean, please let me die in a state that I'm clean. All night squad coming Vibe with me tonight. It just might be that night of 1,000 months. Oh my God, we just might be the ones. The angels right, they caught that night. We got that light. Oh, you got that right. Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim. Oh my Lord, you're the King. You've given me everything. Now I'ma show you that I love you. Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim.
All right. Okay. Amazing. So let me say this. I recorded the video for this to review this video, and I recorded the whole thing. And then I was reading the text. He says, I got a little creative with cloning. I was like, what does he mean by cloning? Since he had him and his friend in the video, I didn't see any cloning. One guy had in regular clothes, the other guy had the thobe on, right? So there were two people. Then I went back and then I realized, I watched it again and I'm like, whoa, it's the same guy. It's the same dude, right? And he basically cloned himself. And I thought it was completely two different. It was that part was well done. And he said how he did it. He was using Adobe Premiere as the way he did. He probably filmed one side at one point and one side at the other point and then stitched them together. So that was pretty good. I don't think I've seen in all of the submissions anybody do that and do it pretty well that I didn't know. I had to go back and watch it. So definitely that was good. A very good point that I wanted to point out. Some of the other things, I love the wordplay when you were saying, are you scoring in the rims of Jannah or are you just snoring? I thought there's certain parts of the this particular piece that were pretty good, well written, very well written. So definitely keep up the good work in that regard. Also putting the text on the screen, where you could see some of the words and it kind of drew attention. And I also thought you had really good, some really clever animations, text animations moving in and out and that type of thing. So it seems like you put some thought into that and some spacing where your head was there and then the words were on the side. So it seems like you definitely put some thought into that. Sometimes the text were going down vertical. So that was pretty good. I saw you also use some fonts, although I felt that the font choice wasn't that great. One of the things that you should think about, and this is more on the improvements, but I'll just mention it now anyway, is that I think you could look up typography for video. Typography for video. There's lots of videos on YouTube about the trends in fonts and video, how the trends in videography when it comes to typography. So the trends in typography when it comes to video. Typography is the way text is put on, the way you see text. And there's a whole art to the way what fonts you want to use, where you align your text, how you align your text, the size of the text. So it's something that you should really look into, especially if you want to do more music videos. Look typography. But I did like the way you brought out some of the colors. You had some colors, so you had black, and then you brought out colors of the words that you wanted to emphasize. So that was pretty good. Now, some of the improvements, I felt that, okay, is this a rap or was it a spoken word? Was it a nasheed or was it a spoken word? I felt that it was combining the two. Like you had a spoken word part and then you had a song. And so I don't think that really works. In my opinion, I don't feel that you can combine spoken word with some type of musical genre like rap or nasheed or whatever you want to call it. It's either spoken word, the whole thing is a spoken word, or the whole thing is a song. Because when it comes to songs and nasheed, there is a definite rhythm and a tempo that you have to have. So you can't switch tempos in the middle of the song. You can't like start da 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 da, and then when you go into the verse, you go da 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 da. It has to be a very specific rhythm. So that was one of the things that, and I think when I was judging, I've judged a lot of nasheed, and that's one of my main comments that I always had: is this a spoken word or is this nasheed? So that's one of the things I think that you can figure out. Now, how do you, let's say this was a nasheed, and how do you want to get the rhythm? So let's say you did this, I don't know how you did it, but let's say you did it in GarageBand or Fruity Loops or whatever you use to record the audio. There's this thing called metronome. A metronome keeps the timing, okay? So even if you don't want to use musical instruments, if you want to keep it just voice only, that is great, that is fine, but you have to be able to use a metronome, and you can turn off the metronome after you're done. Metronome will keep you in time, okay? And you make sure that whenever you do your rhymes, whatever you singing, it has to, the accent, the word that you want to accent or point out ends on a beat. So for example, like we wrote a song about the prophet. So if we get the beat, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 570 was a time like no other. A baby was born to a poor widowed mother. See how the ending ends on a beat. You have to figure out what words you want to emphasize and what part of the beat you will do it on. And then you can turn off the metronome. You can turn off the metronome, and then you can put snaps if you want instead. You can, if you're okay with drums, you can put a light drum in the background. And you can put also voice only, but the voice only, you just can't put a voice only track. It has to go with the rhythm. It has to go with the rhythm. So that's very important, I think, for your future songs, future nasheeds. You have to decide whether it's going to be a spoken word or is it going to be a rap or a nasheed. One of the things that, so one of the comments I had was like, some of the shots were way too long. But then I realized what you were trying to do. You were trying to merge the two shots. So in order, you needed a stable shot for a long period of time. So, you could do that. But I think that, it worked. It definitely worked. But for a viewer who never met you, who doesn't know you, they may not recognize the trick that's going on there. I didn't realize it until I watched it again, that it's the same guy and it's two different, it's basically two different shots combined into one. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that if you're going to use this, make sure the audience knows, and it will help them to understand why the shots are so long and what you're trying to do there. So those are the comments that I had. Overall, good job and congratulations for winning, and I hope to see more from you. I think that you have definitely a talent when it comes to rhyming and words and that type of thing. You just got to work on your rhythm and being able to make sure. Now, one of the things that I felt in the chorus, when you were singing the chorus, you went off key a little bit, but I wouldn't worry about that too much, because there's tons of software, auto-tune, that can help you get on key, and it can help you with that. And for me, even sometimes I find that when I'm singing, I go off key every once in a while, and you just have to understand, you just have to hear it, and it takes a little bit of time training it, and there's tons of software that can do it for you, but it's really hard to fix rhythm. There's no software that can fix your rhythm, automatically just put you in rhythm in time. There's some ways of doing splicing and all that type of thing, but it's really hard. And we've worked with artists before that had issues with rhythm, and it's so hard to get them to kind of stay on a proper 4/4 rhythm. Look into that, study that, and see how you can improve. And I hope to see more videos from you. Congratulations, you are a winner. Mabruk, alhamdulillah, Ramadan Mubarak. And if you see this after Eid, then it's Eid Mubarak. But congratulations, and inshallah contact me for your prize money. All right, Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum. This DeenTV video was made possible in part by Islamic Relief USA, working together for a better world, and by Recycled Processes Incorporated.